Let's talk about food. Food is one of those things all of us are really familiar with and all of us are connected to in some way. Whether you realize it or not, the food you eat is much more than a mere substance you use for survival, such as the air you breathe. Food connects to people on a deeper level. For example, many people find that food is strongly linked to their health, morals and ethics, values, and even their identity and personality. To assess how food specifically connects to various people, I did an interview with 30 individuals asking what food means to them. These individuals included a mix of family, friends, and strangers that agreed to do the interviews when asked. This group consisted of a mix of genders, ranging in age from 15 to 59 years old, and they come from varying cultural and religious backgrounds. In this video, I'm going to talk to you about what I found in the interviews and what it should mean to you. The whole reason for the interviews was to gauge how different people view their connection with food. I wanted to look at what others thought about their relationship with food, how they specifically connect to their food, and what their idea is on the overall connection between food and humans in general. After analyzing the interview results, I realized that despite different opinions and food preferences, there were some major themes that I saw in the answers across the board, and these are the things I want to focus on in this video. There were 3 commonalities that I saw, and that's what I'm going to be discussing with you today. The first of these is the significance of the relationship people have with their food. Only 2 of the people I interviewed indicated that they had a very neutral and insignificant relationship with food, with the overwhelming majority indicating that their relationship with food is significant. They described this relationship as either positive and/or negative to some degree, rather than neutral. For many, this relationship with food was very meaningful and personal. Some said it indicated struggles with eating habits and body image, while others mentioned how much emotion is tied to eating. Emotions such as the joy and excitement felt when eating your favorite food with your best friends, or the guilt felt when you overindulge on a dessert you promised yourself you wouldn't eat more than a bite of. Overall, I found that the relationship between people and their food was akin to the relationship between people and others around them. It has its ups and downs, it's tied to personal memories, emotions, and experiences, and it means a lot to many individuals, making it a significant part of their life. The second theme that I saw in the majority of the people I interviewed, 23 out of the 30, is that food connects with personal morals, ethics, and values. This is not a new fact. It's known that people as long ago as the ancient Greeks held some ties between morals and food, believing that moderation and enhancement of pleasure was the best goal when it came to eating. This morality through food is also emphasized in different religious groups, different countries, and in many other social systems of the past and today. In the group I interviewed, food connected to morality for one of 3 reasons. The first is health. Many of the interviewees mentioned that the food you eat has the potential to affect quality of life and health, so it's a personal responsibility for people to eat to maximize that quality of life and health. The second reason is personal beliefs. For example, some people personally believe that all consumption of animals is unethical, which is why they don't incorporate animal products in their diets. Another example is how others use religious values, such as an obligation to abstain from pork or alcohol, as a guide to know what they should and should not consume in their diet. And the last reason is ethics behind the food industry. The origins of your food, things such as where it came from, who grew it, how it was harvested, and a range of additional factors, all tie morality to food for some people, and that's how they determine the moral correctness of eating different things. The final theme I saw among my interview answers was one that was mentioned in all 30 of the responses I got, and that's the connection between food and health. This was touched on briefly by someone talking about morality, but everyone ultimately mentioned that food had some link to health, even though not everyone linked health to morality. Some people expanded on what they meant by health, including things such as physical fitness, mental wellness, and disease prevention, while others just motioned at the general idea of health. But in the end, everyone noted the connection between health and their diet. So now that you heard about these diverse views on food and its connection to people, I challenge you to sit down for a few minutes and think about the food you eat and how it connects to you personally. Think about whether or not it connects to your personality, beliefs, ethics, and values, and if so, how? Do you agree with what others said, Or do you have a different take on what food means and its connection to people? And lastly, I want you to reflect on how personal and individualized the relationship is between any one person and their food. Before doing these interviews, I was on a quest to find the one perfect diet for all people to follow. I wanted to pinpoint the one diet that would allow everyone to live the healthiest, happiest, and most complete life. But after only a short time of looking, I realized that the perfect diet does not exist. As mentioned by many of my interviewees, the best diet that a person can follow is one that's tailored to them, which leads me to a final note. Respect everyone's views on food. Your definition of health or morals may not be the same as others, as you saw in the various responses in this video, so remember to respect these differences, because they're part of what makes the human food experience so unique and admirable. Thanks for listening.